Dodger fans hanging on every inning as our boys in blue, they head to Game 6 tomorrow, National League Championship Series against the Milwaukee Brewers.
But Game 3 on Monday came with a lot of booing in the stands because the Dodgers failed to score. That left some people wondering if LA feels too entitled to another shot at the World Series. Marc Cordon is an expert in positive psychology and author of the book Beyond Resilient, The Coach's Guide to Ecstatic Growth. Hi, Marc. Is that you on the cover screaming there?
That is me on the cover screaming. That's usually me every day.
Why do sports fans get so invested in playoffs and championships? And is there a name for that feeling of immense pressure when really it has nothing to do with us? We're not the ones playing the game. It makes no real difference in our lives if they win or lose.
Yeah, well, a big reason why we all get invested in anything is because of our emotional attachment to things.
Yeah.
So anyone who's grown up watching a television show, watching y'all, everyone has an emotional attachment. It happens to be that in the past 2 years, the Dodgers have been doing really well. We get emotionally attached to those things, which helps us feel this idea that with the pressure that the players are feeling, we feel that pressure as well. And oftentimes, as a positive psychologist in the work that I do in the Joy Revolution, what we see is that people will see heroes and heroic journeys happening, and we put our emotional selves into that. So we see heroes happening all the time. If I was here 2 days ago, y'all, we'd be talking about how they were on the brink of elimination. Now we're talking about one day or a couple hours away from being on the brink of greatness.
Yeah.
The World
People come in. We won last night.
Well,
really? What did you do? You ate a hot dog and drank a beer.
And the whole thing was that Kike Hernandez had said the fans aren't into it. They're booing us. They're not supporting us, you know, because they had one bad game.
Well, this is the amazingness of...
We call it tough love. We're just trying to motivate. That's all, Kike.
We have every right to boo and cheer, have energy, have no energy. That's the part of joy.
Yeah, you pay $250 for a ticket. You can do whatever you want. What is this post-success syndrome, and how does it manifest?
Well, post-success syndrome is anytime we think too much about outcomes. So, for example, we think too much about wins, and we think too much about losses, and we forget about the idea that I'm buying this $2, $3 Dodgers dog and sharing that moment with my son. I'm thinking about the time when my dad first came from the Philippines, and we didn't know anything about football.
There you go.
But also at the same time, 30 years later, I'm thinking about the emotional feeling it brought me to get dressed up, go out to those games, see Chris Everett throw a long bomb and come back. We had no idea what the score was, but I still remember what it felt like to share the moment with my dad. So post-success syndrome happens when we only think about wins and losses and forget about those moments.
Well, it's interesting. This syndrome, I would imagine, doesn't always happen with a sporting event. It could happen in other moments of your life. The holidays could be a trigger for people, right?
We build it up so big in our head, and it
becomes
never,
a disappointment, right?
Yeah.
I love that I'm on a panel with positive psychologists today. It's absolutely that. It happens during the holidays. I worked in higher education for 14 years, so I'd see my students grind through for 4 years and say, I got the degree I wanted, Marc. I got everything that I wanted. And then they say, is this all there is? I guess I'll go after another title. I guess I'll go after another promotion. And they forget about living in the here and now.
You get addicted to that end. Really, you're a big journey guy. We get it.
I'm a big journey guy.
What are some of the things that Dodger fans can do to better cope with our feelings?
Well, when I think the idea of going through the emotional ups and downs, it just makes the winning so much sweeter. Also, at the same time, there's research that goes and says that a year, 2 years from now, we forget about the wins and losses. What we remember is where we were, who we were with, what we were doing, and how we were celebrating, or how we...
So this would be great, literally, for Little League, for coaches of kids' teams. That's part of the message.
It's important to learn young.
And when the adults are arguing, but really it's the journey.
Absolutely. Now, you won't see me being that guy that says everyone gets a trophy.
Thank goodness.
Because wins and losses
we're
make
liking
sense.
you more and more.
Wins and losses make sense, but also at the same time, when you only think about wins and losses, forget about it.
You miss everything in between.
You miss everything in between. That's why the holidays will stink sometimes.
Once again, Marc Cordon is an expert
Hey, you won over Krisky. This is a tough
psychology, founder of Greater Good, Strategic and Life Coaching. You can learn more at his website. You can also follow him on Twitter. Thank you, Marc.
Marc Cordon, not a charlatan.
But thank you. Thank you for having me.
10:50. We'll be right back this morning.
There's
nice.
Yeah,